What's up, guys? Okay, so I have had this car for about 3 months now, and this entire time I've just been running on temp tags, mainly because the dealership wasn't able to get my title for the car. I guess it got like stuck at like, I don't know, the auction that they purchased it at. So whatever, the whole world, everything is slow now. Anyhow, finally got the title, so I'm going to go get my registration. However, I got told that my car failed inspection because of tint. And this really sucks because the car looks like really dope with like the dark tint on it, and like I really want to keep it on. However, in Delaware where I live, in order to keep the tint on, you need to have a physician's approval or like write-off saying that like medically you need to have that tint on your car. I've called 6 different places in the area to see if any of them will sign that for me, and they all said no. So I guess I have to take the tint off. So that's what we're gonna do today, unfortunately. Now, like I said, one of the things that I really like about this car is the fact that the tint is so dark. Like when you're driving down the street, it looks like really freaking cool. Like it is, you look like, I've had multiple people say this, it looks like the Batmobile as you're rolling down the street, just because the tint is that dark. Like here, let me show you. Look at that, like you can't even see the inside of the car. However, and look, the moonroof's open, so if I close that, it is really dark in here. Like, at night, I can't see anything out these windows. It's not really picking up on the camera, but the point is like really dark. And there are times, well, most of the time, when I'm driving at night, I have to roll the window down in order to see anything that's coming, like when I'm merging onto like a highway or something like that. So, part of me is really sad that I have to take this off in order to get my car to pass inspection so I can get it registered in Delaware. But the other part of me is kind of like, all right, at night I'll probably be able to see where the hell I'm going. So I guess let's start this process. Okay, so the big thing when you're taking off tint is you want to make sure that it's heated up enough so that the glue isn't sticking to the window anymore. If you don't heat it up enough, a lot of times what happens is as you're pulling it, it starts to tear. And so you want to make sure that everything is heated up enough as you're going through and starting to pull it off. Okay, we'll get started by heating up the top corner of this window and start pulling off the tint from there. Pulling up the tint. Okay, so we got a little bit up there. Okay, so we heated up a bit. Now we're gonna take the razor blade. Like I said, make sure that is a clean razor blade, and we are going to start pulling up the tint. Okay, so we got a little bit up there. As you're going through and pulling the tint down, you want to make sure that you're pulling it down towards the bottom of the window. Reason being is when they put tint on, they normally put it like 2 to 3 inches below the door panel here. And as you're pulling down, you want to make sure that we are getting to a point where it's just the bottom panel that we're pulling it to. So then when we get to that point, we can heat up the bottom and pull it out, instead of it just getting stuck down there, or us having to pull off the entire door panel, taking the window off and pulling off the tint that way, which would be a major pain in the butt. But we'll just keep going here until we get to that part, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So now I've got it all the way pretty much down to the panel. As you can see here, I know it's pretty dark, but it's all the way down here. And I gotta get this last little bit out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blow the hair dryer down into here, get it all nice and heated up, and then I'm gonna pull it out. As you can see, it's all coming up here, and that's about 2 inches that was underneath the door here. So I'm gonna go all the way down and do the same exact thing. Okay, so all the tint is off the window now. As I'm going through it, there are a couple areas that do need to be hit by the razor blade. I'll see if you can see it here. There's just some residue that's still sitting on the, let's see. Anyhow, there's still some residue that's sitting on the window there, probably because I didn't heat that spot up enough. But I'm gonna hit that really quick and then we should be good. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Basically, just make sure you heat it up really well before you start pulling on it. Otherwise, you're gonna have residue on it like I did. And if you do get residue, just use a razor blade to start pulling it off. I'm probably also gonna hit that with some window cleaner just to get it nice and clean. One other note I'll make too is, so that was on my driver's side window. If you were gonna be taking off window tint off the back, like this here, I'm gonna be leaving mine because legally I don't have to take it off. You need to make sure that as you're pulling off the tint, if there's anything that's left and you're hitting it with a razor blade, not to hit any of the heat panels in there. If you hit any one of those, it's pretty expensive to fix that up, and so that's gonna suck. So just make sure you're super careful with a razor blade when doing back windows. Okay, that's it. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below and I'll definitely answer you back. And I would greatly appreciate if you like this video so that other people can learn how to take off their own tint. And lastly, if you do subscribe to my YouTube channel, like I said, I do a lot of car videos with my Camaro ZL1, and I would love it if you could follow me. I'll see you in the next video.